On this all-new episode of Nightlife, we hit the ice to break down the scoring depth and its role in the team's hot start.
Does the top six need the bottom six more, or the bottom six need the top six more?
I think if you're a good team, it's equal. I think if you're a team that's struggling, then the bottom six needs the top six.
And we take a deeper look into the special bond the Golden Knights defensive core has established together.
Playing a lot of teams, I think this group really gets along. We enjoy each other's company on and off the ice, and I think we really understand each other's roles. I think that's an important thing. We all kind of know where we fit.
Plus, we relive the dominant win against the Colorado Avalanche.
What a shot upstairs for Jack Eichel, and it's 2-0 Golden Knights.
All of that and more this week on Nightlife.
Knights are in, Howden, backdoor pass, and they score! Chandler Stevenson, 1-0 Golden Knights. Golden Knights have 8 shots on the power play tonight. Theodore rips it home! Jay Theodore with a blast! What a shot by Theodore! Here's Pahal out top. His wrist shot score! Brandon Pahal snaps it home! His first in the NHL! Michael Amadio, Pavel Dorofeev, and Dorofeev scores! Amadio had the feed, and Pavel Dorofeev's first of the year. Carlson rolls, feeds it. Martinez with a chance, scores! Alec Martinez in his season debut. Here's Korczak with a wrist shot score! His first in the NHL to tie the game. Eichel in the dying seconds of the period now, trying to dance his way through, and he scores! Oh, what a goal! What a play by Eichel late here in the first. He's so powerful. Stevenson into the zone, backhand pass, towards Carrier, score! Second goal of the season for Will Carrier to make it 2-1. Carlson drifting in, curls the net, Amadio scores! What a setup by Carlson! Petrangelo with a shot, save man, rebound, score! Ivan Barbashev on the rebound! Petrangelo, Haig is open the one-timer, he scores! A ball from Nick Haig from the right side to give the Golden Knights the lead. Up ahead, here's Waugh, has a little bit of space walking in, and he scores! Nick Waugh beats Kakinen. What a shot by Nick Waugh. Stone with a steal, has Howden in front, and he scores! Stone with the steal, Howden with the deflection, and the Golden Knights with the lead. Stone trying to get there against Taves. Stone to the net, scores! Mark Stone, his second shorthanded goal tonight. Carlson with a chance, score! On the pass from Dorofeev. William Carlson points in 8 straight. That's the best run of his career.
Otter back on his blades with speed between the legs. Score!
Now Marchessault up, open net in front of him for the hat trick, and he scores! And the hat's flying down to the ice of the fortress.
Welcome into this all-new episode of Nightlife. It's no secret anymore that the Golden Knights were ready to start the season locked in. It took until early November for the VGK to lose in regulation. It's hard to spot any sort of weakness in the lineup. From top to bottom, the team is as deep as it's ever been, and it's showing on the score sheet. The Golden Knights lead the league in depth scoring, with 17 unique goal scorers. We hit the ice at City National Arena to discuss just how important depth scoring is to any team's success.
There's 2 ways to build a team offensively: front-loaded or with depth. And Vegas, as an organization, has always gone by spreading it around. What's the benefit of that?
You can't win now just on 1-2 lines, relying on your stars. You have to have production up and down your lineup. It's so important. Not only that, I think from a defender's aspect, blue liners, defensemen now are so encouraged to get up on the offensive side of things. Skating does that. So I think it's a vital part of the game today is having deep teams, being able to spread the offense. Although it will look different throughout your lineup, it'll look different from every guy. But
how so?
Well, the way Jack Eichel's going to score goals isn't the way Keegan Kolasar's going to score goals. Like, they might have that ability, but it's not to that same level. You can take the line, the Waugh, Carrier, Kolasar line that was so successful. Their offense is going to come. You're not going to see them score off the rush. It'll happen, but the most of theirs is going to get it deep. They're going to wear down the defense. They're going to be physical. They're going to take the pucks to the net. They're going to crash the net. They're going to storm the net. You want every line to do that, but it's in different things. You know, if you look at Eichel, Barbashev, Marshall, Barbashev will be in front. Eichel and Marshall, so they can find separation. They can get lost. And that's what makes, I think, the Golden Knights so good is that depth. And you got Stone and Stevenson, the way they work. And then William Karlsson, just he can play with anybody, and he generates offense. So it works throughout the lineup. And I think the pressure comes off your, if you want to call them the top end players, because you know that every night it doesn't have to be you. So there's a little less pressure, and it allows you, probably the comment we hear the most is good teams find different ways to win games, and you find different ways to win games when you have that depth throughout.
How do you get depth?
Well, I think it starts from up top, the scouts, the GMs, the bringing the right people in. Then it goes to the coaches, developing those guys, player development guys, going and seeing guys in juniors, telling them things to work on. But also on top of what Shane said, I think it's a long season. If you're going to play your top two lines 20 plus minutes every night, they're going to be tired by the end of the year. The further you get into it, the playoffs and stuff, you know, a lot of the top two lines are going to cancel each other out. So you're going to rely on your depth to get that extra goal sometimes, and takes the pressure off. They can play a little looser, and that's when they're going to start producing more, when there's no pressure on them. When they're feeling pressure, you're gripping your stick a little more, your shots aren't quite where you want it. But when you have that freedom to play loosely, it brings a little bit more out of every guy.
That's an excellent point. I think Bruce even said that last year in playoffs. He said a lot of times it's the difference in a game comes from your bottom six.
Does the top six need the bottom six more, or the bottom six need the top six more?
I think if you're a good team, it's equal. I think if you're a team that's struggling, then the bottom six needs the top six.
If a game's getting rough, you're not going to go look at your top line to do something about it. You're looking at your fourth line, the guys to go grind it out or go stick up for your teammates. And when those guys do it, it lifts the top lines up, and they're going to play better because those guys are doing a tough job.
How much has it changed that the blue line is now considered part of that depth?
Every player in the National Hockey League had offensive tendencies at some time. They were an offensive player at some point in their life, whether it was college, whether it was junior hockey. And you come and you've got to find your role that makes you best suited for the NHL and stick to it. But they all have those offensive tendencies. I think just now, I played in an era where there was a trap game, right? It's the early 2000s. You just needed to defend. As a defenseman, it was almost like, okay, you don't go in 5 feet past the blue line into the offensive zone. Now to create and generate offense, you need mobile defensemen, all of them. And you watch in the offensive zone to generate offense, there's constant movement at times to break down because they close the middle off so much. People will block shots, so you've got to find different ways to separate, to find space, to make plays. And not often is off the glass and out considered a good breakout anymore. They want defensemen to come out and make good passes. Sometimes that's where the offense starts. That first pass, that breakout that allows you to alleviate pressure, that allows you to get on the offensive side of things. And whether it's moving your feet, Shea Theodore, his ability to skate himself out of traffic and make that play. And you wouldn't consider Ben Hutton an offensive guy, but coming up the ice, making a great transition pass through the neutral zone that led to the goal, Dorothea to Karlsson. So the ability's there, and it's encouraged. I think more than anything, it's encouraged now to be offensive with the puck right from the blue line up.
Time for our first break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we sit down with some of the defensive core, leading the way from the back line.
The important part for us is if somebody is hurt or whatnot, or something needs to change, we can all play in every situation. To have that depth is important because I think it alleviates the difficult minutes as the season goes on, so we can use everybody.
Keep it locked, right here on Scripps Sports. Welcome back to Nightlife.
Johnson breaks the other way. Pavelski with him. Johnson trying to move it, and Vador blocks the pass. Now O'Connor on the move. Drops it off. Colton a wrist shot. Blocked away by Pietrangelo. Stars have numbers. Johnson and Dadonov, but good work by Haig to close on Johnston. Dadonov a drive on. Save made by Hill. Oh, head shot blocked. Dillon with a wrist shot. Blocked by McNabb. Second chance and a save. Thompson.
Michael drops for Theodore. Walks it in. Wrist.
Michael in deep. Theodore, his shot. Score! Jay Theodore does it again!
The depth scoring has certainly played a huge part in the early season success. It also helps to have perhaps one of the best defensive units in the entire NHL. The bond between the VGK defensemen has continued to grow each season, and we sat down with some of the leaders to discuss just that.
You've had the six of you that make up the D-Corps together for a bit now. How would you describe the bond between the six of you and what makes that work so well?
It is a bond, actually. It's funny they say that. I was going to use the exact same word. Playing a lot of teams, but I think this group really gets along. We enjoy each other's company on and off the ice, and I think we really understand each other's roles. I think that's an important thing. We all kind of know where we fit. And the important part for us is if somebody is hurt or whatnot, or something needs to change, we can all play in every situation.
I think we're just a tight-knit group. We have a lot of personalities back here, but we have a lot of good players. Everyone can skate, everyone can move the puck, and some guys that step into the lanes and block a lot of shots and kill penalties and do stuff like that, and everyone's committed.
As a D-Corps, we work well together. Everyone can play against anyone. There's no egos.
I think being able to roll six guys, especially as the season goes on, and trusting six guys, and I have to say six, we have Huddy too, who stepped in and played great for us. So to have that depth is important because I think it alleviates the difficult minutes as the season goes on, so we can use everybody.
It's just a chemistry thing. Obviously, Huddy came in, through various points of the season and played real well for us, and it just shows, he's a character guy. He never has a bad day. He's always got a smile on his face, and he definitely adds a different element to us as well.
The younger guys on our D squad, they've turned into really good players.
They're eager to learn and they're willing to learn. And I think that's what's special working with those guys is they're willing to ask the right questions. They fit in really well with what we want to do. They certainly bring some energy. Every year you play, I think you understand your game a little bit better, right? I think that's how I felt as I matured. I feel like as I got into my mid to late 20s as a defenseman is really when you start understanding who you are as a player, and I think that's kind of what you're seeing now.
Time for another break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, the extra point is good. We relive each of the Golden Knights' 7 goals against the Colorado Avalanche.
Stone across, Eichel shot, score! Jack Eichel, second of the period. This one on the power play, and the Golden Knights have broken open. 2 goals, 52 seconds apart.
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Script Sports will be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. After a dominant win against the Winnipeg Jets, the VGK turned their attention to the Colorado Avalanche for a big Western Conference showdown at T-Mobile.
Golden Knights entering this game, the only team in the NHL without a blemish on their record. Underway from the Fortress tonight. McKinnon charging in, shot gloved down by Hill, his first save of the game. But Stone steals it from McKinnon. Stone and Stevenson short-handed. Stevenson in, and he missed the net. The Golden Knights looking for their first shorty in the air. Stone has to go off his skate here, down low. Now McNabb, Stone scores! Mark Stone buries it point blank, and the Golden Knights have their first short-handed goal of the season.
Watch as he pulls it back, and then just chips it over the stretch glove hand of Georgiev.
Pietrangelo gets it back. He'll snap it up for Marchessault. Lead pass to Eichel. Into the zone. Shot! Score! What a shot upstairs for Jack Eichel. and it's 2-0 Golden Knights.
It's great puck movement. Talked about breakouts. Attack with speed. You can't shoot the puck much better than this. Over the right shoulder, perfectly placed. He makes no mistake on this one. Terrible turnover.
Stevenson to Stone to Carrier. Score! Will Carrier, his third of the season.
Well, he's moved on to this line, and it pays off as Stevenson gets it. Quick feed to Stone to Carrier, and he makes no mistake. He goes blocker side on Georgiev.
Eichel on a spin away from Nichushkin. Theodore keeps it in right on the line. Stone across. Eichel shot, score! Jack Eichel, second of the period. This one on the power play, and the Golden Knights have broken open. 2 goals, 52 seconds apart.
What a play this is. Great passing. Stone to Eichel, and that is past Georgiev.
Down low, Rantanen in, centering pass. Save made by Hill. McKinnon had the tip. Another shot on, and he'll turn that away. The save Hill. Save made by Hill. Trying to deke Hill, and Hill got the glove out. Glove save kicked out, and a glove save Hill. Playing it back to the line, but Stone tips it out. Stone trying to get there against Taves. Stone to the net. Scores! His second shorthanded goal tonight. Mark Stone. And it's 5-0 Vegas.
For those who say Stone doesn't have speed, we've heard his teammates say, yeah, watch when he can get on a breakaway. As he takes away that long reach, this stick, it's just remarkable what he's able to do. And he sees the poke check from Georgiev. This is just the intelligence of Mark Stone. Here comes poke check. Okay, I'll just chip it over. What a finish, what a play, and his second shorthanded goal.
Pass intercepted by Dorofeev. Up ahead, Carlson. Rashad score! A bad one on Georgiev. The most he's allowed in the game this year is 6. And William Karlsson has his point streak up to 9.
Watch him pull it back into his body, and he goes 5 holes right along the ice.
Golden Knights have 10 different players with points. Braden McNabb leads the way at a +4. Karlsson up ice. And William Karlsson off to Dorofeev, and Georgiev got a piece of that. Karlsson in front scores! What a pass! Made it through to William Karlsson, and he roofed it as the Golden Knights have the extra point.
Well, you love a team that's not going to quit, right? You're up 6-0, keep playing the game. And some great work by Dorofeev. Karlsson absolutely roofs this one right up over the right arm of Georgiev. His second of the game, so 3 guys have a pair of goals in this one. This was a good team effort. We talk about the offense, but I really like the structure, the defensive game the Golden Knights played here. A lot of things to the outside. They really did a good job taking away the middle, collapsing to those areas, not allowing grade A opportunities for the Avalanche, and able to take over this game.
Hayden Hill, a 41 save shutout tonight.
Hayden's been great. Ever since he came in last year in the playoffs, he's just carried his confidence through.
7-0 Golden Knights, your final.
Time for one final break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, Bill Foley receives a tremendous honor.
It's such an honor for me to be here today with my fellow soldiers and airmen, and to be around them. I feel at home. This is just a great event.
Stay with us right here on Nightlife. Welcome back to Nightlife. Last Friday, the Nevada Army National Guard hosted an honorary commander ceremony for Bill Foley. The ceremony was led by Brigadier General Troy Armstrong, who recognized Foley as an honorary commander of the Nevada National Guard.
Somebody asked me how I got him to do this, and I absolutely didn't get him to do it. I just knew he would. If you look at the Foley Foundation, the Golden Knights Foundation, the Folded Flag Foundation, it's all about service and serving others. And if you really dig into it, if you don't know, look at what they do throughout the community and throughout really the nation. And it's incredible. And I think Mr. Foley, he served during a time in our nation's history that was very difficult, the Vietnam era. He saw service members and soldiers and airmen and Marines come back from combat and not get the care and not get the respect that they deserve for their service. And I think whether he will say it or not, he's dedicated his life to serving others, including our military, our veterans, and he's the epitome of a servant leader. And so I knew in my heart that if we asked him to come join, especially being an Air Force officer and a West Point graduate, it was a perfect fit for him. And we're super excited about the opportunity to be able to bring him out in the future and see what's going on in the Nevada National Guard.
Foley, a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, went on to serve in the U.S. Air Force and attained the rank of captain.
It's such an honor for me to be here today with my fellow soldiers and airmen, and to be around them. I feel at home. This is just a great event.
The mission of the Honorary Commanders program has two facets: to educate community leaders about a unit's mission and to create a supportive relationship in the community.
We're a community-based organization. 3/4 of our force have employers somewhere in the community, in the state, or somewhere around this nation. And when you get a representative, a figure, a leader in the community that gets to be a part of this, they start to understand, they're educated, they can communicate it and tell the Guard story.
We're all part of a family. We're all still part of the team. You know, the military wear their name on the front of the jersey, not on the back. And I'm just pleased to be part of this organization and to be here today. It's fantastic.
That's all the time we have for you this week on Nightlife, VGK fans. Make sure to tune in next week as the Golden Knights head to the nation's capital to visit the White House and do battle with the Washington Capitals. Same time, same place next week, VGK faithful.